Hi, today I'm going to show you how to put together the Dad Bow Tie box, which is a free SVG from Simply Crafty SVGs. So first we're going to put together the dad bow. So this is a little box, you can put little treats in it for Father's Day. Now I would recommend going from back to front, but I did it from front to back this time so you can see how to do it. So I'm just adding glue carefully around the D's. You don't want to get too close to the edge because that middle layer is smaller than the top layer. You want to carefully line it up, make sure you can see the D's and that you can't see any of that back paper. Again, you don't want to get the glue all the way to the edge. It'll leak onto your mat. You can just wipe it off though if it does. And then the same thing on the back. I used the pattern paper, but the white shows up better in the middle of the D's. So this will be to showcase the middle of the D. So I'm just adding glue carefully around the openings and not too close to the edge. And then line it up. Make sure we can't see any of that back pieces of paper sticking out anywhere. And that's it. So now we'll do the middle A. So first I had inked all the rest of them with this Distress Oxide, just to give it a little edge. I had just forgotten to do this one, but I did that with all my pieces. And this way I'm going to show you with the A, show you how to go from back to front. So that back part, we want to flip it over so the white's showing. And then we'll add glue to that middle piece, because we have to go around that little opening and then center it, because we didn't want to make sure that back piece of paper is not showing. And then here we want to, you'll see that it's smaller, so you won't see that back piece if you line it up carefully. Then we're going to carefully, I'm using my fine tip applicator here, going to turn that over and kind of line it up to make sure that that A is in the middle. Making sure that back pieces of paper, you can't see any of it. And then we'll attach it with a little foam dot to pop it up. Now you could do this last, once you have it on the box. I'm just showing you how it goes here. And then we'll put together the back bow. You don't need to include the back bow, but I have a back bow. Or you could just use the box without saying Dad. I wanted you to have that option. So here's the box, and you can see I folded all the tabs on the score lines, and all the score lines are folded as well. Just wanted to show you how it's folded. And then these side panels go on, there's only space on the left and right of them. So you want to make sure that you center it vertically. And right now you see it centered horizontally, but you can see there's a little edge on both sides with that little curve. Again, you could put the bow ties on first, but since I put a little pop-up dots, I didn't do that. And here I'm just curling it a little bit with my fingers, because there's a little curve, and that's going to help if you kind of loosen up that stiff cardstock. So the way we're going to assemble this is to glue the little tabs, and then we'll add glue to all 4 tabs on one side. And then starting at the bottom, we're going to glue 1 tab at a time, making sure that that edge matches up with the tab fold. You want to hold it, depending on the glue that you're using. You have to be comfortable with the glue you're using. You want to match up that edge so it matches up perfectly and you can feel it, and make sure you're holding your glue long enough per tab. But I would make sure the previous tab is nice and snug before you go on to the next. And then you'll repeat that on the other 3 sides. And you see I always have a wet paper towel handy to clean up the excess glue, because there's always excess glue, for me at least. I just want to make sure it doesn't show, so I get it off as soon as possible. And I am using Scotch Quick Dry glue and a little fine tip applicator, and I usually put the information in the notes. So if you're interested in what I'm using, it's in the notes below. So it's a pretty quick box once you get these last two sides glued. It's just a little box you can, and it's size large enough to put a gift card, but it's pretty large. I actually made it pretty deep. It was just a quick box I made. I thought it would be fun if you wanted to give a quick little gift, or one of your kids wanted to give a gift for their dad to put some candy or nuts or anything like that. Something fun in it. And then we'll just add the bows to it. Again, you could use this box. You don't have to do the dad. But I did this specifically for Father's Day. It is easier to put this on when it's flat, but what I do when it's not flat is to just line it up. You see it lines up to those edges, and then just flip it over and apply pressure that way. Since it's flat, that helps. But with a little pop-up dot. Normally I would put that on last as I'm going to do it. I just wanted to show you what it looked like before you put it on the box. So you could use this box for anything, just use the blank bow tie. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed this free project, and I thank you so much for watching.